All right, guys, Mikey here for Mikey's Iron Rage. And guys, I hope everyone's having a nice start to the week, even though I fucking hate Mondays, but I digress. Oh, and guys, I'm going to be doing more videos on the 2019 Arnold Classic winner Brandon Curry. Just because he won the Arnold Classic last year, and the Arnold Classic is like a week away. And this might be one of the best Arnold Classics in a long fucking time, especially if everyone comes in on, because that lineup is fucking stacked. So let's see what happens. But anyways, guys, speaking of the Arnold Classic, we got Arnold Classic winner Brandon Curry versus 2019 Mr. Olympia winner Brandon Curry. And as I was making the video, it's amazing how much Brandon Curry's physique changed in 6 months from the Arnold to the Olympia. Like in the front double bicep, the rear lat spread, the rear double bicep, and a few other poses, he looks so different. But in my opinion, I like the 2019 Arnold Classic version of Brandon Curry a little bit better than the Mr. Olympia version. And the reason why is because at the Arnold, he was only 245 pounds. And at the Olympia, he was like 250 plus. And at 5'8", that's just too much weight. I say it all the time, but I digress. So guys, enough with the chit chat, and let's just jump right into this awesome comparison video. So guys, without any further ado, let's get it on. And guys, we got the first pose of the night, the front relaxed. And you see what I'm saying? Look at Brandon Curry's physique, how much it changed. You would think if Brandon got bigger, his lats would flare out a little bit more because his midsection isn't protruding, but it is a lot more distended than it was at the 2019 Arnold Classic. So 2019 Arnold Classic is going to get the point. I mean, that midsection looks super tight. Yeah, his quads are a little bit bigger at the 2019 Mr. Olympia, but that's about it. I mean, he just looks so streamlined and so good at the 2019 Arnold Classic. So 2019 Arnold Classic is going to get the point. All right, guys, off to the next pose. And we got the side chest shot. And look at 2019 Arnold Classic Brandon Curry. He actually looks a little bit wider. Or maybe that's just the way he's holding the pose. But his side chest is popping more than the 2019 Mr. Olympia version of Brandon Curry. His right pec looks a little bit bigger. The side sweep to the quads look great. 2019 Mr. Olympia version, yeah, his arms are big. But that's really about it. So I'm going to go with 2019 Arnold Classic Brandon Curry. All right, guys, now we got the hands on the hip, most muscular. And this one could go either way. I like the skin color of Brandon Curry at the 2019 Mr. Olympia a little bit better than the 2019 Arnold Classic. So I'm going to go with 2019 Mr. Olympia for this one. He's got more striations. He looks a little more vascular. His arms and shoulders are a little bit bigger. And he doesn't have a protruding midsection. Plus, his quads are a lot bigger as well. So all in all, 2019 Mr. Olympia Brandon Curry's going to get the point. All right, guys, now we got the side tricep. And look at the difference here, guys. If you cannot tell that Brandon Curry was using fucking oil at the 2019 Mr. Olympia, you need to go get your fucking eyes checked. Because, not for nothing, look at how smooth the tricep looks. It just doesn't, it looks artificial to me. Okay, so I'm going to go with 2019 Arnold Classic Brandon Curry. He has more of a deeper cut to the tricep. It might not be as big, but that's because he's not using oil. So all in all, 2019 Arnold Classic Brandon Curry's going to get the point. All right, guys, now we got the crab most muscular, and this was probably the toughest pose for me to judge out of this whole comparison video. But I am going to go with 2019 Mr. Olympia Brandon Curry. I think he's a little bit bigger. His chest looks a little bit bigger and his traps are a little bit bigger. Plus his quads are bigger. So all in all, I'm going to go with 2019 Mr. Olympia Brandon Curry. Plus he looks a little more vascular in my opinion. All right, guys, now we got the front lat spread. My favorite pose on Brandon Curry. I mean, he looks a little bit wider maybe at the 2019 Mr. Olympia, but that fucking front lat spread at the 2019 Arnold Classic is bar none one of the best front lat spreads I've ever seen. He's got a tighter midsection, and I love the way his chest is striated every time he hits the front lat spread, just like Ronnie Coleman's chest. When Ronnie would hit a front lat spread, his chest would come striated. It's just a thing of beauty, in my opinion. But I digress. All right, guys, now we got the front double bicep. And look at this, guys. I mean, come on. In 6 months, you think that you can get your arms that big in 6 months? I don't think so. Look at him at the 2019 Mr. Olympia. Look at his biceps. Look at how smooth and rounded they are. I mean, maybe he wasn't using oil, but in my opinion, I think he was. Because there's no way that your arms can grow that big in 6 months. So all in all, I'm going to go with 2019 Arnold Classic Brandon Curry, in my opinion. But it could go either way. All right, guys, now we got the ab and thigh, and I'm going to go with 2019 Arnold Classic Brandon Curry. I mean, his midsection super tight. The abs might be a little more deeply cut for 2019 Mr. Olympia Brandon Curry, and he might even have maybe a little bit of a better V-taper, maybe, but I'm going to still go with 2019 Arnold Classic Brandon Curry. He looks a little bit better, in my opinion, more streamlined, just better, in my opinion, so he's going to get the point there. All right, guys, now we got the rear lat spread. And look at how weird Brandon Curry's rear lat spread looks at the 2019 Mr. Olympia. His right lat is bigger than his left lat. He just looks very weird. So I'm going to go with 2019. I'm going to stick with 2019 Mr. Olympia for this one because he is wider and he is thicker. He's got thicker hams and glutes. But 2019 is really good as well, so take your pick, guys. All right, now we got the rear double bicep and the last pose of the night. And look at this. Brandon Curry at the 2019 Arnold Classic is actually wider than Brandon Curry at the 2019 Mr. Olympia. I mean, his hams and glutes aren't as thick, but his lower back is better. His traps are better. His traps look thicker. I mean, he's just got so much detail to this rear double bicep. It's unbelievable. Even his arms and shoulders look really good. So all in all, 2019 Brandon Curry Arnold Classic is going to get the last point for the rear double bicep, guys. And making it 6-4 Brandon Curry Arnold Classic. And you know what, guys? It went the way I thought it was going to go. My favorite version of Brandon is the 2019 Arnold. And if only he came in just a little more shredded at that 2019 Arnold, it would have been a fucking wrap. He would have even won by even more points than he did. But I digress. So, guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and let me know who you think was better. 2019 Arnold Classic Brandon Curry or 2019 Mr. Olympia Brandon Curry. So, guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up.